Scripture tells us the eyes of the Lord are in every place. Let's see what's going on around the world.
Well, what makes me a prepper is when the elites who I know personally are building bunkers to keep them off the grid for 10 years. And this started 2 years ago.
Whoa. 10 years?
Yep. 10 years, my friend.
Like a 10-year food supply?
Yep. Between 3 and 10 years. The lowest one I've seen is a 3-year prep, off the grid, off the range, completely from remote mountains to remote islands. And these are big money people that have information at the top level. And I could talk to you about it offline, Mike, but they're prepping. And
okay, well, now I have to talk to you about this offline, but what can you say publicly, if anything, about what are the broad concerns that would, why would a wealthy person bother to stockpile a decade of food?
Because for whatever reason, whatever's being planned, infrastructure-wise, I think that the system's going to go down. I just do. Because I would not, if I'm an elite and I have all the resources in the world to go buy whatever, I got private jets, everything else, why would I prep at that level? What is it I always say, what is it you know that I don't know? It's no different than being, I was January 5th and 6th, I was down at the Capitol, right?
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Revelation 6:15 tells us, "And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, the mighty men, and every bondman, every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb." Guys, that's very true. Infrastructure will fail, and there will be those who are in elite positions that are going to hide in bunkers because they have the resources to pay for that. But when that day and that hour comes, when God decides it's time to step out on the stage, it is going to be a wrap. There's no bunker that will save you. There's no high place that will save you. Your money, the bodyguards that you may have, your level of competence, your success, your resume, none of that is going to save you from the one who sits on the throne.
Here's the truck I've been driving for the last few days for Wilson Logistics. This trailer just was assigned to us from Kraft over at the Kraft Foods plant, and we're delivering it here to what's called the Springfield Underground. And that is, as you can see behind me, this giant cave that's big enough to house hundreds of these trucks and trailers. There's a train track running through here. Just to give you an idea, back here there's a regular sized truck. See how tall that is up there? It's just incredible. Anyway, having a great time, learning lots. Talk to you soon.
This is significant because people need to understand that it's a little more involved than just certain celebrities buying bunkers. They have very elaborate infrastructure already designed underground. So when the time is near, they're going to be hidden underground. They're going to be hiding. And whatever breaks out on the surface, unfortunately, what the commoners, the regular citizens are going to experience. And it's not going to be great. Let's just put it that way.
Open the gates. There's some armed guards with some pretty serious weaponry. You know, pretty intimidating, right? Here's your razor wire in between the two bridges that are in the entrances into Mexico and also the entrance to Eagle Pass. There's some Hummers, some more guys, right? We're protecting, you know, we're keeping them out. This is 0.5 miles from that area. 0.5 miles from where they set up their cameras. 0.5 miles from where they have all the people there. And it's right down the road. I left this long to show you just how short of a drive it is for us to get to a point where all that we just saw does not matter, and they're just getting you riled up against each other because it's election time. And right about here is where you're going to see it. What's that? Where are the armed guards? Where are the AR-15s? Where is the razor wire? Where's the gates? that's half a mile from where the media is blowing up that Texas versus the feds, that we're having this big battle. So that was one gate. That was the very first gate that I saw.
People need to understand that this is by no accident. I think, unfortunately, a lot of people are asleep because of media. Legacy media is an extension of the Democratic Party and the ruling class, and they are keeping citizens asleep to what's really going on. People are trying to tell them, they're trying to sound the alarm and letting them know that Biden is literally just allowing people just to flow into our country. And the new immigration bill, that's absolutely trash as well. If you guys have had a chance to look into it, absolutely not. And on top of that, they're trying to also send about $60 billion more to Ukraine to help with their border. Because if you're not paying attention, if you don't read scripture, if you're not paying attention to what scripture tells us is going to happen, all this seems like just random isolated events. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. It's on you to do your own research and to pay attention. They want our borders overflowing with illegal immigrants because they know it will destabilize our society. It's going to increase our cost of living with every new mouth that steps into our country because citizens are the ones who are burdened through taxes with paying and subsidizing the expenses for everyone. And again, it falls into their goal of destabilizing the U.S. until we collapse. And of course, that's when those bunkers are going to become useful for the ruling class, the bourgeoisie. We're in very interesting times, guys. We are right around the corner. We're starting to see the birth pains. We're starting to see signs and wonders. We're starting to see the changes in nature. And it's unfortunate because there are so many people that just follow blindly. We truly are sheep. I think sheep is the perfect analogy to describe the human population. So whether or not you want to choose to fight to hear the voice of Christ or you want to follow the voice of government, the choice is yours. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. You guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Deuces.